And this 3.5.4, is it even, is our graded one for today. This is the one that you have to get done on your side and submit. Write a function called isEven that returns a boolean of whether or not the value is even or odd. It shouldn't print anything out or return a number, your function. It should only take in a number and return a boolean. So this is interesting. This is new. We've been taking numbers in and sending numbers back. This time we're going to be taking a number in and sending back a yes or a no, a true or false. Once you've written the function, write a program that asks the user for integers and prints whether the number they entered is even or odd using your isEven function. Let them keep entering values until they enter the sentinel, which is 0. In order to pass all of the test cases, the only lines your program should print are whether the inputted numbers are even or odd and the final done. All right, real quick. In our course, if you go to content and you click on the weekly checklists, you'll get all the checklists. Click on CS1 quizzes, you see all of the quizzes that we have for the entire semester. You click on the WAC, it'll show you the WACs that we have available. You guys are probably only going to see this one. If you click on the required code HS exercises, you'll see one of the required exercises, is it even, 354. That one's what we're doing right now. It is due, and that's how you can get to it. Content, required code HS exercises, and then you click right there. Okay. So I'm going to start off with everything leading up to deciding whether a number is even or odd. So I'm going to create an input, and I'm going to give it an arbitrary value that I know isn't going to trigger anything. I'm then going to create a while loop that says as long as the input is not equal to the sentinel value, then we can keep doing our thing. And what we'll do is we'll then ask for a value. This is another way of kind of doing like a do while loop, where we're just guaranteeing that it runs at least once. And we'll start with a question, which will reassign input to whatever they want. Enter a number 0 to exit. Cool. And once we have their number, we got to determine whether that thing is even or odd and then make a print. So in order to do that, we're going to need our function is even. It's just asking the question, is this thing even? And we'll take in some value. Do you guys remember mod? How well do you remember mod? Kind of remember it? Okay. Okay, all right. Well, there's enough kind ofs and not at alls where it's worth it for me to talk about it again. But I'll do just a quick review. If I do a mod, it's like back when you guys first learned to do division and they asked you to find the remainder of something. That's what mod is asking. What's the remainder? So if I do 5 mod 3, we're saying take 5 and remove all of the 3's from it that you can. You keep subtracting 3 until you can't anymore. I'll do it once. 2. All right, now keep subtracting 3. We can't. There is not enough. So we're done. And that is our answer. If I give a bigger number, let's say something like 10 mod 3. you'd do 10 minus 3 is 7. Subtract 3 again, 4. Subtract 3 again, 1. And that's it. I can't subtract 3 anymore. So that's my answer. The remainder of 1. You guys try it yourself. What is 12 mod 3? Try it on your own. Tell me in chat. Mm-hmm. 12 divided by 3 is 4. 12 divided by 3 is 4, and there's no remainder. If there's no remainder, then yeah, it'd be 0. 12 minus 3 is 9. Minus 3 is 6. Minus 3 is 3. Minus 3 is nothing. Right, there was no remainder. Excellent. Very good. All right. Give me 10 mod 2. So take all the 2's out of 10 that you can. What's left over? Excellent. Very good to know. 0. Okay, how about 7 mod 2? Tino, excellent. How about 4 mod 2? Good, that was a quick one. And we'll try 13 mod 2. Good. Okay, one more. Let's try 2 mod 2. All right, okay. Bonus points for this one. Daniel. Wait a second. No, that was quite a few of you guys. Very good. How? Tell me how you know that. You got it. Exactly. Okay. So basically we've created a rule now. Or we're figuring out the rule from the other side. All even numbers that are modded by 2 will equal 0. any odd number that is modded by 2 will equal a 1. We have now found a way to distinguish all even numbers from all odd numbers using math. It's hard to ask a computer what's even, what's odd, but we could ask it something about mods. That's math. It can do math. So let's do that. Let's find the remainder, right? Var remainder is equal to x mod 2 and yeah, that's the remainder. I then ask the question, is the remainder equal to a 0? If it is, then this thing was even, and we can return is even. If it wasn't, then we say false. It was not even, it is in fact odd. And then here, all I have to do is say if input, and we'll send input through the is even, right? I'll say var bool equals is even on input. And then we'll check if bool, if that's true, then we'll just print out the word even. And if it wasn't, we print out the word false. Not false, odd. Cool. So I'm going to run that. Enter a number, 5, odd, 6, even, 7, odd, 8, even. Hit 0 to exit. Perfect. Now check this out. Tino says we big brained this. We're gonna even more big brain this. Let's simplify this. First off, I'm gonna take this x mod 2, where we save it as rem and then use it immediately and never touch it again. I'm gonna skip the rem part. We don't need it. I'm gonna create that. And now I'm going to recognize. So I'm saying if this is true, return true. Oh, simplify that further. I could just return this as an expression. And that's all it takes. This is missing a semicolon. Oops, sorry. And it's still missing a semicolon. There we go. This gives me exactly the same points. This accomplishes the exact same goal, and it took me a lot less typing. There's even another thing that we haven't really looked at, but in theory you could know it, is that you can ask a question if, oh, same thing here. I'm just going to take this whole thing. I'm going to move it into the bool. Get rid of that. So that still works. I could then even use something called a ternary conditional, where I say, if this question is true, then print this. If it's false, print this. And I'll print that whole thing, which would kind of look like this. You could say print is even on input, question mark. If so, even. If not, odd. Get rid of that because it's the exact same thing. And we'll check code again. I have misspelled something. Print line. Check code again. Done. So like, right, guys? Like this went down to 24 lines, and we're able to compress it into by half, most of which we started with. That's the big brain move. You can get this code really small. But because we're not really comfortable with ternary conditionals, I'll back us up to just having the if else statement there. And Okay, that works. But yeah, that's the graded assignment for today. Make sure that it is uh, done on your side. If you have questions, I'm here to answer them. If you would like to work on this a little bit on your own, you have questions that you may bring to me next week for office hours, that's fine too. If there are no questions right now, then I'll move along. We only have one more to do, called max of 3. Any questions about this one?